Going live YouTube. Preparing to live stream the meeting. Awesome. Second work. See if it's there. Nope, we're live streaming. All right, everybody, this is welcome to the about another minute where we start. Last less than a minute. I know that. But we are here in Georgia, getting ready. Oh, look at this, is cool. Look at this right here. Yep, I'm driving. Whoa. I got this handy dandy device that's keeping the phone steady. Eddie. Uh-oh. Yay. Tabasum's on. Fantastic. Tabasum. Oh, it's just AI note takers on. I'm going to kick that one out. That back until he gets in. Until Tabasum gets in, I'm not letting the AI note taker in. How about that for technology, right? So, all right, it's 2:30 Eastern Standard Time. We are headed home. We had a good lunch with another consultant friend who, unfortunately, we didn't plan this well enough, and I should have recorded the last half hour of our conversation because he was really talking about the trials and tribulations of working for big companies when it comes to consulting. And there are some trials and tribulations that you need to worry about, think about. And learning how to navigate the network of your internal company is as much a skill as learning the technology piece. Now, look, when you're just getting started, none of it's really going to matter much because you're useless. You're just going to follow orders and do what you're told in the best way you can and learn as much as you can until it's your turn to sort of make decisions. And I think that was one of my biggest challenges is, hey, but I know all this stuff. Don't you want my input? And a lot of times they just didn't want my input because it wasn't my job. It wasn't my responsibility. He was talking about how the speed at which some companies move is really slow. And we said, well, all companies move. The bigger the company, the slower the moves, because speed involves risk. And you risk failing. And I guess what corporations are teaching people is that it's better to fail slow than it is to fail fast, because fail fast has more visibility. It carries less. I guess one of the things that would be is, the longer it takes for a project to complete, the less people will remember the entire project. And therefore, so witnessing something that happens fast, everybody's going to see that, remember it. But if people change along the way, they're going to inherit and lose history. And therefore, you're in much better shape to not take as much heat for the outcome of the project, right? Because that's exactly what ends up happening is that when you're accountable and responsible for a project, if the people who bought it and are on the hook for it are still around, then you were leading it, and everybody knows to point the finger at you. That being said, it's worth noting that that's sort of just the nature of the way things work in the big corporate environments, right? And that's what you're building to be a part of, be a part of that big machine. And, when you're looking for your dream job, you just got to remember that there's a lot of nightmares that are going to show up while you're sleeping sometimes, and that's just part of the game and part of something to be responsible for. That no, that's the way of work. So the question is, how are you going to prepare for it, not how are you going to avoid it. You cannot avoid it. Avoiding it would be the worst choice, because I don't know where you would avoid it from. What position? When you're working with small one-on-one customers, it's scarier for people because everybody's still around, start, middle, and end, and your results are your reputation. And that's going to be the challenge, is to make sure that you produce the results that maintain your reputation. So a lot of that is main. Whether you like it or not, you're not in the technology business, you're in the field business. Your job is to make people feel good about buying or using the technology. Yeah, I'm in the dark now. But hey, we're live on YouTube and we're about to get into the light. We're about to get into the light, Marianne. Look, we got Studio 1, Studio 2, my desk, command center, Studio 3, and I guess I got Studio 4 right in my hand. So we are gonna end with this, and we are gonna make sure that this goes out to the world. But what I hope with the Inspire method, right? So let's look at this for a second, because I'm gonna now I got my camera up. I can do this, and I can I get this way? All right, so it's a little cold. A little not as cold anymore. Lights on. And I don't have much light, but let's see what I can do. Nope, the little battery doesn't hold charge. Aren't you a piece of crap audio? All right, well, oh, there it is. Oh, there's my light. All right, so I don't know if that's gonna help or not. That's kind of weird. Light, weak ass light. And then how many light settings must there be? Okay. Light ring over here. You would think there's enough light. Remember my Inspire method. I'm trying to put this in the frame. So Inspire stands for, in the ACE program, there's 7 areas that you have, 7 pillars that this is up. And I think that's going to be backwards. It is going to be backwards. So I'm going to switch the camera around. Let's see if I can make this happen. Oop. All right, let's see if this is going to work. My head's there. Look at that. We're coming, y'all. We're coming. We are trying other new stuff. Every day, in every way, we get better and better and better.
All right, now let's check this out. Watch this. Oh, okay. Now it should be getting a better sound. Then I got my microphone on. All right, we did it. We built the videos, the funnel, and the webinar. Now we're going to just talk to you about the Inspire method more directly so that you can see it, feel it. I guess this is working out. So let's just stick with this, right? So the first thing is your image. What does that mean? Your LinkedIn profile is going to be your number one networking source that you need to manage and maintain to build your networks. And there's three fundamental networks you need to build. You need to build a job prospecting network. You also need to build a client network. And it's going to be really a combination of these two, but you're going to build a peer network, which is actually going to feed and support these other two networks as you go along. And the skill that you need to develop that we can talk about more in the actual course, but you can just read the book. You need a Dream 100. Now you can have a Dream 100 with all of them. I would start with one Dream 100 list. That is everybody that you think would be a good connection in Salesforce. Now, what does that mean? These are people are gonna maintain a manual interaction with. You're gonna follow them. You're gonna look at them, and it doesn't take a lot, but the frequency at which you need to reach out and connect with these people is one time a month. And depending on your work schedule, and it could be more than that when you're less busy with work, you could accelerate this to one time a day if you wanted to, but anywhere between. But if it's one time a month, you're going to touch 5 of them per day. And if it's one time a week, you're going to have to do 20 a day. And if it's 100 a day, obviously it's 100 a day, right? So you're gonna have to learn to network, learn to connect to people, learn to listen for what they want to hear. Listen for what they want to hear. The next skill is your Salesforce skills. This is your certifications, your accreditation, your badges, your super badges, all of that stuff is going to be your deliberate work. Now, some of it may actually be with clients. So it's either study, work, or in our program, bring it to the labs. You can do a little bit of both at the same time. Now, along with your networking skills is your prospecting skills. And when you prospect, you're actually doing the outreach. That's a lot of what you're going to do is going to be outreach. And you can connect with people on the trails, on the LinkedIn, in person. Those are the 3 areas of focus you need to put on there. And that should lead you to, and by the way, job, that it all counts, job applications and all that is part of it, but that's where you're going to do and practice your interviewing. And here's the thing. It's so easy to interview for jobs. Just interview for them. Just interview, just apply. Because if you're too selective in your applications, you're going to be too thin in your depth of interviewing skills, but you got to do it by repetition. But you also have to, be deliberate. So the thing I'll tell you right now is I use Fathom.video. And in the link, there's a referral link I have in there. It gets you absolutely nothing different. But it may get, if you end up referring, I don't know, just do it. I invested money in the company, so make that happen. But you need to review your interviews. I posted one in our community So you can see what I did wrong. Give me feedback. I'm going to post all my interviews. I hope you do too. Now you have reputation. These are the people that you work with. On LinkedIn, that's going to be your recommendations. On your portfolio, it's going to be your ratings. And in the Salesforce community, that's going to be the work you do on Apex Exchange. And all of that is going to reinforce your experience. There's an old saying is, how do you get good judgment? From experience. How do you get experience? Through bad judgment. You have to make mistakes. You have to be willing to go for it. All of this requires one thing. And it's not just activities. It's action, and it's a special kind of action called deliberate action. Deliberate action, which means you're taking an action and you're paying attention to the feedback. You adjust a little up, a little down, take another action, pay attention to the feedback, adjust, pay attention to the act, take the action, feedback. Adjust, feedback, adjust, feedback, all to serve your vision. If you are not serving your vision, then you are serving someone else's. Or whether that someone else could be the person sending you links to play their game, the person who's selling you the next thing on the interwebs, person selling you a course. Your vision is what it creates your compass for where you're going to go. It's going to help guide and direct all of your actions and allow your actions to become deliberate actions so that you actually are getting to the place. And here's the thing about vision, right? It changes because the closer you get to the thing, you might realize, oh, I need to adjust a little to the left, adjust a little to the right, adjust a little up, a little down, a little maybe around. Now, because you don't want to just, some people motor, they pick a thing, and I'm never going to do this. Maybe you are. Pick a thing, you go for it, you hit it, and you're happy and satisfied. Tell me what that's like. I don't know. But in the Inspire method of this program in the ACE Academy, all of these skills, all of these pillars and the foundation of it lead to your experience. And you know, what the things you ought to accomplish in the meantime are your accreditations, your certifications, and those reviews of working with people. Whether you're working with them side by side, whether you're working with it, and that'll be also, right? And this is also the labs. In our community, we do it with labs. So you're going to help work with each other, help each other be better, give each other feedback. That'll accelerate the entire program. And hopefully get you where you want to go. So that's it. That's what I got today, the Q&A. So if you have questions about this video, put it in the chat. I'm going to get back to working LinkedIn, working the things I'm doing. And I hope that you look at the back of my head and you go, geez, I don't want that to be me. I'm like, well, I hope it's you. I hope that your hair falls out because you live a long and healthy life. Wearing baseball caps, that makes you hair fall out. But hey, we're on this planet. This is what we're doing. This is our job. Make the best of it. Do the best you can with what you got where you're at. And like, comment, share. Join us in the labs. And join us in the morning muster. Get your day kicked off with your intention. Get your questions answered as you move through the academy and any of the Inspire pillars. And participate in this community to get to build your network, to connect with people, to take what you see from each other and help promote it. Because when you become an intern with us and you start boosting and engaging with each other and the company, we're all going to look better. It's going to work better for all of us to get more work, therefore more reputation, more results, more work, more reputation, more results that we can be proud of. And I'm looking for you to be a part of that army of elite professionals that serve the ecosystem. Have a great day. I'm gonna turn all this off now. Bye.